guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This guy is 53 years old and he's writing in to share how he, over the course of a year and a half, dropped like 70 pounds. He's turned his whole body around, his whole life around. He's feeling amazing and he's writing in about the whole thing. Now, this actually is not like an Ask SSM type of situation. It's more like report to SSM. But I'm using this platform of the Ask SSM to really talk about and give an example how you're never too old to make a real big change. And even in your 50s, when it's a lot harder to lose weight and get healthy and get in shape than it is when you're 23, it still can be done. And how you're going to see in this guy's thing here, it's not too long, now that he's accomplished this, already he's thinking about new things to accomplish. And the way that success will make you feel like a new man and cause you to want to be successful in other things. It's a great confidence boost, among other things, like keeping you alive longer, bring down your health care costs, all that type of thing. So that'd be a very good one to cover for all you guys out there that maybe some of you are watching this and you're not happy the way you look. You realize you got to lose a bunch of weight, or maybe you're really skinny and you want to put on some muscle mass, or just want to make a change. This shows it can be done if you're determined, have a realistic time frame, and all that. So it says here, Dear SSM, I want to thank you for your advice. You said many times that weight loss is 80% nutrition. Yes, it is. Actually, a little bit more. I found that my insurance pays for 100% of sessions with a nutritionist. In January 2022, I weighed 290 pounds at 6 feet tall. I was 53 years old at the time. Fast forward to June 2022, I was at 278 after a lot of yard work. I started with a nutritionist and joined Orange Theory. Orange Theory is about $160 a month, which I thought would be cheaper than a personal trainer, and an Orange Theory studio is 6 minutes from my house. Orange Theory is a chain of gyms, workout centers, that type of thing that's gotten pretty popular. I've never been to one, but I know some people that have been there and they like them. I like Orange Theory because it never gets boring. I even did a dry try last February as a power walker, 2,000 meter rows, 300 bodyweight reps, and 5K on the treadmill. In May of 2023, I was at my lowest weight of 222 pounds. Good job, man. Less than a year and a half. Dropped almost 70 freaking pounds. That is great. Now, 6 feet tall, 222. If you were rock solid muscle, no problem there. But I'm guessing because I know the Orange Theory sounds like you're doing a lot more cardio than lifting. You know, you got some weight to lose. But regardless, in a year and 4 or 5 months, that's fantastic. And notice, guys, he's in his 50s. It is way harder to lose weight the older you get. I know a lot of guys in their 20s or even 30s are like, no big deal, SSM. No. Trust me, when you start to get to your late 30s and 40s, shit starts to hurt. And all the guys out there that are my age in their 40s or 50s know what I'm talking about. I thought I was invincible until I was 37. That's when shit started to hurt. Because I've been in martial arts for 2 years now, at that point, when I was 37. And after you throw tens of thousands of punches, kicks, elbow strikes, knee strikes, yeah, the joints start bothering you. And you just have to work around them and find a way. And ever since then, it's been more bullshit. Literally, I can have one body part that has an issue, it heals, and then there's another one. But you deal with it. So it's good at a young age to be working out and being healthy, because the older you get, the harder it is. And when shit hurts, you don't have a whole lot of motivation to really push yourself. Anyway, he says, I have put on 7 pounds over the summer because I'm not tracking my daily calories like I should. Well, get back to tracking your calories. If that's what it takes, being part of that program to do it, then do it. It worked before. He says, I finally got selfish and did something for myself. Well, good for you. All guys, as the saying goes, health is wealth. And as you're aware, 53 years old, you're now 54, you can't mess around with that. You want to live to be an old man and see a lot of things and do a lot of things, watch your kids grow up and grandkids and all that. You got to be healthy in a good state of mind. So yes, there's nothing wrong being selfish and taking care of you. My wife supports it a lot. I am a relationship guy. I got married to my wife, who is from Southeast Asia, at age 35. The wedding in her country was $6,000 in 2003. That included a day and a half of ceremonies, 5 or 6 of them. 5 or 6 ceremonies? God, one is enough. That included a day and a half of ceremonies. I had 6 rented outfits, and my wife 14 different rented outfits. Oh, for goodness. Is there a divorce ceremony? What kind of outfits do you wear to divorce? It ended in a huge reception. We're still married and have a 17-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you have a good marriage. I'm glad she's very supportive of that. I'm sure she's liking you looking lean and mean, and if, well, she's from Southeast Asia, so I'm going to assume she's pretty petite and thin, but if she isn't, now you can motivate her through your actions to do that. And also, by the way, I'm sure your kids have noticed you lose the weight and they see you working out and being disciplined. That will show them a good example of what it takes to achieve something. And so good for you. My wife is always on her phone pushing buttons. I sneak up on her and it's always Candy Crush. She is very technology ignorant. She works a lot of mandatory overtime and I always jokingly accuse her of cheating with Mr. Mandatory. She shows me her clock in, clock out timesheets. He's obviously joking around. Anyway, my next thing is to find the money to do Krav Maga too. Only studio that I know of is within 30 minutes and it's $300 a month. Thanks again, SSM. I feel like my old self again. Bro, that's great. Good for you. I noticed, guys, he said, I feel like my old self again. And I don't think it's just because he lost a bunch of weight and he's looking better and feeling better. It's also because he accomplished something, Nobody really appreciates something that comes easy. It took a year and a half of some serious nutritional discipline and doing the workouts and all that, investing his time and energy, and look what he did. And he feels like a new man because at the end of the day, masculine energy is about drive, ambition, accomplishing things, conquering things, whatever. And right there, look what he did. And now he says, now I want to try Krav Maga. So he succeeded in this. Now he wants to try something new. It gave him the confidence. And that's what success does. And also, I might add, makes you feel better about yourself. And you feel better about yourself, you are less inclined to take bullshit from people. But when you feel like crap about yourself, like you're not worth anything and you're nothing, you're easily pushed around, taken advantage of, and all that. So that's why for all the guys out there that do dating and relationships, I constantly preach to the point that I'm blue in my fucking face that you gotta self-improvement, whatever that may be. Losing weight, gaining muscle, being fit and healthy, going for a better job, the promotion, whatever. By doing that, you feel good. And when you feel good, you act in a certain way, put that vibe into the world. People want to be around you and talk to you. And you get to the point sometimes that you start having success and people start coming to you for advice, like you're the fucking godfather. And you also have people who hate you for that because they'll be jealous, but that's just how it goes. I'm sure this guy has at least one person in his life that's probably a little jealous of his success in the weight loss department, but he can't let them derail it. And I also like that his wife is on his side. A lot of women sometimes have issues with their husbands all of a sudden getting in really great shape because they feel intimidated and fearful that other women are going to be attracted to them and come into their circle and might steal their guy away. That's why a lot of women actually are quite happy that their husbands have dad bods. They're not attracted to the dad bods, but it makes them feel safe. So guys, I want you to use this. If you right now are struggling, you're overweight or you're underweight, whatever it is, whatever you want to work on, you can do it, okay? He's 53 years old. You can teach an old dog new tricks. No offense, but 50s, you're not super young anymore. But you have to want it. For any of you guys who want to change anything, you have to know what you want, have a vision in your head of what that grand goal is, and then take the steps to do it. And you break those. Even if the goal takes years to do it, you break it down to what you can accomplish every year, every month, every week, every day. Every day, little steps going forward. Him losing 70 pounds in a year and 5 months, that's a realistic, healthy time frame. Yeah, somebody can drop 70 pounds real quick if they wanted to. Good God. You've seen those shows like Survivor and stuff when they lose a ton of weight in 30 days, but that's unhealthy and oftentimes they'll come right back. But you figure out what your goal is and take daily steps to get where you want to go. And it can be done, right? And I might add that as you progress and you see the progress, whatever that may be, you're going to feel better about yourself and be more motivated to even work even harder towards that. And sure, there's going to be roadblocks at any journey towards any grand goal. I guarantee this guy, over the course of him losing 70 pounds, there were weeks that he didn't lose any weight. And that's frustrating when you're disciplined with the food, you're turning down that pizza or that McNuggets and fries from McDonald's, or you're going to the gym religiously, getting up early to go to the gym or whatever, sacrificing TV time to work out, that the week comes to an end, you didn't lose any weight, or you even put on a pound. It's discouraging. A lot of people give up at that point. Trust me, I know, because in a past life, I was a personal trainer, as in not too long ago, until I conclude that career for a full-time YouTuber. And it gets discouraging. You have to understand it. There are roadblocks and setbacks on your journey to self-improvement or getting a goal, but you keep on pushing and keep on grinding, and he obviously did. So my recommendation to him at this point is keep on doing what you're doing. Get back on the tracking of your calories. That's obviously helped you, so keep up with that. Keep up eating the good food. And he said he's thinking about trying Krav Maga. I trained in Krav Maga for 6 years. I earned my black belt in there in 2019. Now, Krav Maga, every school's different. Some schools have belts, some do not. Honestly, they do belts to make people feel good about themselves, progressing and all that, so fine. I earned my black belt, and it's a phenomenal training system, but every school's different. So I recommend to the guy, or any guy that's thinking about martial arts, go to the school, observe a class, they'll let you, and see if they let you try out a class or two for free. Most of the time they did. My school did. I took one class and I was hooked immediately, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. But I will say this, that the fact that he said it's 30 minutes away, the closer your gym or whatever type of fitness thing is to you, the better it is. Because the further it is away, it's a lot easier to skip a class or workout. Martial arts takes a deep commitment. It's like becoming a Jedi Knight. When Master Yoda said to become a Jedi takes the deepest commitment, the most serious mind. Martial arts, in a way, is the same thing. It is a lifestyle. And I made a deep commitment to that. I was taking easily 5 to 6 one-hour classes a week between Krav Maga and Muay Thai kickboxing, and I fell in love with it. And I recommend to him, if he does this and you get what you pay for, he said it's $300 a month. My school, I was paying $180 a month for 2 arts, and that was 10 years ago. The instructor locked me in at that price, and I didn't pay anything different over the years. I'm sure it's probably like $250 now. But with the right instructor and training, it's worth it. But it ain't cheap, but you get what you pay for. But if you do that, I recommend when you go there, you start talking to people immediately. In martial arts, you always usually have a training partner that you work on various things with. And you talk to people, and you ask them how long you've been going here, what made you join, and you start making friends. And then in martial arts, ideally, you always work with somebody that's better than you, stronger than you, faster than you, more experienced than you, younger than you, whatever advantage they may have, so that can help you. By training with somebody better, it helps you. And so, bro, I would recommend you do this. And I would say, no matter what, go for 6 months. 6 months, no matter what, come hell or high water, you're going to do that. And I guarantee in 6 months, you'll either love it or hate it. But at least you tried. And that goes for any other goal. And for any of you guys also who do martial arts, follow that same mindset as well. But it takes a deep commitment. But it'll transform your life. And it is hard. There are times in martial arts that you won't be able to get a technique or skill, and it feels frustrating. Believe me, I was there. You will get it, okay? And you can go from literally, it's like martial arts can truly turn a wimp into a winner. No joke. I've seen guys that are the most ass-kicking black belts I've ever seen. And believe me, you saw them on the street, you would never think it. But then like that, they can turn into a tiger and claw your goddamn head off. So guys, whatever goal you may have out there, go for it, okay? You're never too old, and you can make it happen, and it becomes addictive. And you hopefully might inspire some people along the way. So bro, I wish you the best. Let me know down the road how you're doing. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.